What is going on, everybody? Manny VQ back here again on Jax. so um so I just been dealing with some issues with the car lately. Car is running absolutely amazing, performance wise. In regards of like the engine working good and turbo kits, making boost, but still have that issue with the restriction, obviously. Which I'll find out over the winter when I take everything apart. Seems to be that the slave or the master cylinder gave out because my clutch pedal was going all the way to the ground and it wouldn't come back up. And we put the slave in and we bled it and it was doing this exact same thing. But now it's we put the new slave in and I put it in the garage. I didn't want to deal with it anymore, like because the piping itself. Those of you that don't know about the boosted performance kit or like any mid mount turbo kit, you're gonna have clearance here, very tight clearance tolerance, tight clearance with the steering shaft. This pipe right here, as you guys can see, this one goes through right in between the steering shaft. So you want to angle it perfectly to the point where it's not touching at all. And you can check turning the wheel left and right. It's pretty close right now, but I fixed it. It's way better than before. Because before, it was resting on the transmission over there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there where the JDM starter would go. It would keep clunking on top of that. So that's another thing. I test drove the car. Looks like this clamp. Gonna have to tighten this more. Yeah, I'm just doing general maintenance. Also got a turbo right there, and then gonna grease that. Might as well. Car's already up in the air. Do have a transmission leak at the bell housing. I believe this is the gasket that's leaking because when we took it apart, we seen a little bit of fluid coming out. But that's a project for next time. But yeah, so very tight fit. It's running good. I test drove it. Another thing I gotta do is I gotta cut out my skid plate or do something about this bumper that's sagging so much. You can see all the scrape marks. And it hangs lower on this side, which caused my bumper on that side to rip out of the holes on the where the bolts go. So I'm trying ASAP to get this back up because I have a Z-Speed under tray here. And what we want to do is I test fitted it. It looks like I got a cut right here and then maybe a little bit over here, maybe, depending on mocking up. Waiting for my buddy to come and then we can actually start mocking it up properly. So then that bumper issue is fixed. Or option two, I'm gonna have to like do some custom thing that Fresh Kicks actually did on his Z. He did some custom X brace underneath, and yeah. But so good. Came back from the track. It was good. I'm gonna take it for a rep tonight. Let's see how the car performs. It's shifting fine. So we'll know once we take it on the road. Hey guys, what's going on? So we took the G for a drive right after that video I made of just maintaining the G. We greased the turbo and then we try to look underneath what I can do about this bumper here. Fix the fitment on the bumper because at the track it ripped out because the bottom over here, it caught on the grass and it pulled it forward and it broke the tabs on the bumper. So I drove it yesterday and then I did a little bit 1-2 pull and then the coupler actually, to me, I knew 100% was a boost lead because it was showing 0 PSI on the gauge. And then guess what? I knew it was this one, by the way, too. It was this one right here. So the coupler, I didn't have a good enough clamping on it, so I gotta fix that. Otherwise, man, beside the scrape marks here, I might have to get another clamp for that. But other than that, I fixed the fitment where the steering shaft was, so it's much better. So I'm gonna I was with a couple of my boys and they wanted to see the car. I did a pull and that shit did not pull at all. So I'm gonna definitely put the coupler back on. First boost leak, guys. Here it is on camera. Yeah, man. I'm actually surprised I didn't have any boost leaks like earlier. I know it's like only like 8-9 pounds of boost, but you know what I mean. I always seen some people like couplers popping off and stuff. So yeah, this is just a install issue here. That coupler and it's too short. Maybe I'll get a longer one, maybe, and then put the clamp, because the clamp needs to seat right after that bead roll, sorry, and it'll have a good enough clamping force for it to not to come off. So yeah, catch you guys in the next clip then. Okay guys, here we are. Oh my god, I drove this car after a week, so I've been trying to like avoid driving it every day, just so like I just appreciate it way more when I drive it on the weekends or just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look forward to, like, you know, my weekend to drive this. Even dealing it is fine too, but just, I don't know what it is, I just appreciate it way more when you're actually driving it less, especially when it's boosted. It has like a special fucking connection to the car. Anyways, so this is gonna be about how it's been being boosted for 3 months now, and the hiccups and stuff I went through. So far, the first month or so or two, no problems at all, no boost leaks, nothing like that. I did have a alternator problem. The alternator battery light was on the dash, so I got that replaced, did that, and funny enough, the battery light was still there. I don't know, maybe it's because it's an aftermarket alternator, or there's a lot of load on the battery itself, because I am running a meth kit and all these other gauges on a separate a system, like a separate what's it called, routing. So I haven't me and my buddy did not route any of the wires to any of the harnesses to the vehicle for a 12-volt reference. We just did it straight off the battery with a fuse box. So I'll show you guys that right here. Hopefully my GoPro doesn't die. It's running low on battery, but hopefully I can be quick. So what we have here is, it's tucked away inside. I don't know if you guys can see all those wires hanging there. Let me just shove the GoPro in there. My fuse box is sitting right here. So you got to make sure that also, this is where water comes in through, so make sure that you're blocking it away from water. I put something there for that. Yeah, everything's running off the battery here, and it's running through the cowl, behind the firewall, all the way to whatever I need here, like my meth solenoid, and an extra ground here, as you guys can see. This is the vacuum block I have. So it's a vibrant vacuum block for the boost reference and the meth. That's it. Wastegates are run down. So I have a boost controller that's behind this throttle body here. That's the control valve, max solenoid. So it routes from the top, the bottom of the wastegates. Make sure you guys put your wastegate lines on the bottom to wherever you want. Like, it could be the turbo, but for me, my setup is to the charge pipe at the bottom. Most mid-mount kits and stuff, or turbo kits, they do it right at the bottom of the charge pipe, as you can see right here. So the bottom of the wastegate goes, it tees off from the bottom and comes up to the top, right to the charge pipe here. And then after that, the top of the wastegates go also tee off and come up all the way to a reference that I have right here. There's a T-fitting, right? So the T-fitting comes off the bottom of the wastegate, comes here, and then this one goes all the way back to the boost control solenoid, and this one goes all the way down to the car. So it's kind of confusing at first. If you have any questions of routing it, let me know. It's pretty straightforward. My first time doing it, I was confused. Definitely, no one really talks about it. There are videos out there, but this is a dual wastegate setup, so I don't think there's too many videos of that. But also when AEM provides you the gauge, they provide the instructions how to route the vacuum lines for that. So this is a VQ35DE also. 3 months now it's been boosted. I'm running into issues on my, I think it's the clutch master cylinder, but right now I've been driving and the pressure is there, but sometimes the pressure does just disappear. I have to physically pick up the pedal. Just weird stuff you'll run into. Just it's normal, man. When you're doing this kind of thing to the car, you're gonna run into things and you just gotta have to laugh it off. Car will drive, a car will do everything it needs. Another thing is what I noticed. So on wide open throttle pulls, my air fuel ratio gauge, it does run a little bit lean and near red line. So on the dyno it wasn't doing that. It was running 11s, 11.5, 11.7, whatever the case, whatever my tuner set it to, right? So when I'm on the street and I do that, it changes. So I did some research. Little David Garcia from Instagram, I used to watch his videos and stuff when he had the Z boosted, and he was running into the same issue. So he was running lean on high RPM, but the car didn't sound like it was you know, you'll know when your car is starving for fuel. It'll sound really weird. It'll sputter up top and all that. So I don't know, I've been doing wide open throttle pulls like that. It's been okay so far, but I don't know, we'll see. Little things like that you'll be running into, just weird stuff. Some guys don't have that issue and you might have it. It just depends, man. When you're doing this kind of thing, you have to know that you're gonna run into issues that are like unexplainable sometimes. But I'm not saying everything is unexplainable, but there are weird stuff that it does. But also you're turboing an engine that wasn't designed for this, so that's one thing. But yeah, the car's been running really good, man. It's putting in work. I do have a restriction at, I think, the turbocharger itself. The turbo might not be as efficient because power falls off after about 5.5K, but I don't know, it's been performing really well on the street, so I don't know. Just I don't know, it runs good, it's good. I just might just leave it like that and just have fun with it, and obviously do a built motor setup later down in the future, which I really want to do, and that's gonna be really fun. And that's when you're gonna be pushing real power, you know, and that's when tires matter, your rims, your suspension a little bit. I already did a lot of suspension mods on this, just not the rear differential bushings and the brace. I haven't done that yet. I will do that probably over the winter. That's a big project, by the way. If you guys did your diff bushings, you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the car's been okay, and that's me rambling off about my setup. It's been running okay. It's making boost. I hit like 4 pounds, bro. So yeah, that's the update on the G right now. I'm gonna go drive it right now, just enjoy it. And yeah, winter's coming up. The content's gonna be a little bit slow over the winter. Sadly, this is where I live, but I'll try to back up as many clips as I can for you guys. So this is the video for that. Thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. We just hit that. Appreciate it, and we're gonna go strong for 2025, man. All right, see you guys in the next video.